Hey guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be a conspiracy theory video all about the 27 Club. So if you guys do not know what the 27 Club is, it's basically a club of famous people, mostly musicians who have died at the age of 27. It includes popular members such as Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse is the most recent really famous one. Well, a lot of people conspirize why are all these stars dying at the age of 27, specifically surrounding drug and alcohol abuse / suicidal in the case of a few like Kurt Cobain. And today I'm going to talk about the different theories that people seem to have when it comes to the 27 Club, and also debunking some of those theories, like not necessarily fully debunking them because there's always a possibility that it could be true, but I definitely don't believe some of the things that people say. The first theory is pretty quick, and this is actually one that I feel like could make the most sense because it's like scientific, I guess, or astronomy. I don't really know. I'm not a fucking scientist or astrologist, but apparently when you're born, 29.4 years after you are born, Saturn makes a rotation, so it's in the exact same place as when you were born, so like 29.4 years after you're born. But apparently, according to astrology, most people start feeling the effects of Saturn returning at the age of 27. So it is believed that people under the influence of drugs and alcohol at the age of 27 have a more likely risk to die. I don't really understand how the two correlate because, once again, I'm not an astrologist or a scientist, but apparently it's kind of like going through a second adolescence when you turn 27. It's like kind of moving into your adulthood at that point when you're 27. So I guess some scientists and astrologists believe that that could lead to deaths of people who are abusing substances at the age of 27. Now, the other theory is, of course, what theory would it be if it wasn't the Illuminati? So a lot of people believe that the New World Order has something to do with the 27 Club. Now, this theory is pretty much based on numerology and just like adding numbers, like 3 plus 3, like this was 3 years after this, and like the 27 plus, like I don't really know how it fucking works. You can look it up and go into great detail about numerology, but honestly, like it would just be way too confusing because I can barely fucking speak English. I'm not going to speak in numbers. Amy Winehouse's death kind of brought back the 27 Club. Now, if you guys know anything about me, you know I love the hell out of Amy Winehouse. She is one of the most inspirational people to me, and I fucking love her. Like, she's one of my favorite artists to ever exist. I am so upset with her death, and that's where like my knowledge of Amy helps the 27 theory to be debunked, because I know conspiracy theorists don't really look into their personal life as much. Like, they definitely talk more about how the deaths could like match up or whatever, and but there are some things that prove that Amy actually did die and wasn't killed by the Illuminati. So let's just get into this theory. So Amy Winehouse was the biggest celebrity 27 Club death after Kurt Cobain, so it kind of got the ball rolling again with the theory. And according to the Illuminati believers, well, it's not according, this picture did come out in 2008. It's a picture of Amy bleeding from her head, and it had a Minnie Mouse mask near her. It's actually a really creepy picture, and it's creepy that it came out in 2008 because it's obviously 3 years before Amy's death, which 3 is apparently a number of Illuminati / the devil. I'm not gonna put the picture of Amy and the Minnie Mouse mask because it freaks me out way too much. You can just look up Amy Winehouse Minnie Mouse mask and it'll come up, but it freaked me out way too much to put this in this video. Also, they believe that the Minnie Mouse mask represents the Illuminati because a lot of people tend to believe that Walt Disney was a huge part of the Illuminati when he was alive. So that's where that comes into play. It's not actually a picture of Amy, obviously. It's a picture of either someone dressed up like Amy or a dummy, I guess, a wax figure or something. However, it could literally be anything. That picture could represent literally anything, but people believe it represents that she would die of a blood sacrifice. But I don't know, there's so many holes in this Amy theory. I didn't research how the other people connect to the Illuminati because most of the research is through this Amy because of the picture and stuff. Everyone else is kind of like the numerology stuff. And also like the white lighter thing. Apparently all 5 of these people were found with white lighters on them and they were all left-handed. I don't know how that comes into play, but I've heard that as well. So I don't fucking know. The theory of Illuminati being behind the 27 Club, at least Amy's section of it, definitely has a lot of holes, and we'll get into that. I don't know, this picture could literally be anything. It could just be somebody who was dressed up for like Amy Winehouse for Halloween, and I don't know, there was a Disney mask too because it was Halloween. It could be anything. Like, you can't, I don't know why they assumed it was a blood sacrifice. Possibly maybe she was killed because she didn't want to join the Illuminati. She was heard saying like, this is the dumbest thing ever, but in an interview she did in like 2006 or something, it was many years ago, she did an interview where she was like, because somebody asked her like, do people want you to change, and she was like, someone came to me and tried to mold me into a triangle, and I was like, no. I don't know, it's like, that's like, people find like, oh, triangle, Illuminati. I'm like, it was like a joke. Also, like, what? Another reason people believe that her death was a blood sacrifice was because her body was carried out in a red body bag, which symbolizes a blood sacrifice. Once again, things that just people are searching for things to match to the Illuminati. It's crazy. Also, Amy's neighbors apparently heard screaming and howling and drums at around like 2-ish a.m. and apparently that's a sign of a ritual. I don't know. But one of the things that debunked that is her bodyguard, not hearing anything about this Illuminati thing, said that before she went to bed, she was like playing the drums. She's a musician. She had a drum set in her house. There's many videos of Amy playing drums in her house. She was playing the drums and singing and doing stuff. Like, she's literally a musician. I don't know why people think that that was weird that they heard drums in her house. Like, she has drums in her house. It's been seen. Her and her goddaughter have been seen playing drums and listening to music together in her house, like on video. So that's why I'm like, how is that even weird? Like, she was just playing the drums. Her bodyguard literally said she was playing the drums, and then he was like, you should go to bed, it's pretty late. And that's when she went to bed. So while the Illuminati could definitely be involved in the 27 Club, I personally don't believe that was the case, especially for Amy, because Amy was clearly a person who struggled with addiction and depression and eating disorders, and all of these people were the same. They all struggled with addiction. It's apparently scientifically proven that you're more likely to die from addiction at 27, or you're more likely to overdose. I don't know, apparently proven. Once again, who knows? You have to think of this, that there's 7 billion people in this world and millions of people are famous. So really, how weird is it that a lot of people have died at the age of 27 from drug overdose or suicide or alcohol poisoning? It's not that weird. Also, talking about Amy, Reg Travis, which was her fiance at the time, said weeks before Amy's death she actually believed she was pregnant. And if you guys know anything about Amy Winehouse, she wanted to be a mom so bad, which just makes the whole thing even sadder because she thought that she was pregnant, and she was completely sober for 3 weeks leading up to her death. Sober from alcohol. She was sober from drugs 3 years leading up to her death. But she found out she wasn't pregnant, so that could be another possibility of her to go over the edge drinking. She's probably upset that she's not pregnant, so this could be a reason for an alcoholic to relapse. While I'm not saying it's impossible for it to be more than a coincidence, I just think these people truly struggled with addiction and depression. In my eyes, I think it's a coincidence. I'm not ruling out that any of this couldn't have anything to do with the Illuminati, because a lot of people seem to believe the Illuminati is capable of anything, which is a little bit terrifying. That is it for today's video. If you guys like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 27 Club, because I'm unsure. Like, I'm tossing them back and forth, which is why I wanted to kind of make not a debunking video, because I'm not saying it couldn't be true, but I'm saying there are definitely holes in the theory. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I'm always posting shit on there about conspiracy theories and just crazy shit. Subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.